There are those that say what is happening in your brain is usually connected to what's going on in your digestive system. One mother took that to heart so much that she changed her entire family's diet, and she says it helped her autistic daughter. Now, Marble Ice Brian Spiros has more on that mother's gut cleansing recipes.
Give me the
Yep, give you.
Watching little Zizi now, it's hard to tell she was born a little different.
Shortly before her 3rd birthday, we got an autism spectrum diagnosis.
Mom Katie did her homework and she found something she says changed her family's life.
The fermented foods are very, very healing. They've got a lot of the good probiotics.
It worked for Zizi.
She at this point has lost that diagnosis.
Today she's cooking up 2 of Zizi's favorite dishes. First up, butternut squash and broccoli soup. She adds fermented caramelized onions.
This is the secret ingredient in all of our soups.
Finished with homemade fermented chicken stock. Voila! Next up, banana pancakes with a twist. You don't need wheat or flour. Smash it well.
It's a great way to trick a kid into eating eggs.
Add 2 quick eggs for every 1 banana into a bowl.
Is you just push your thumb in there.
Add vanilla.
They have a great flavor.
There's no need for syrup. The bananas provide all the sugar. Serve it with blueberries and make it a family event.
Oh, the Lord is good to me.
Katie says you will start feeling the difference in no time.
Well, Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride came up with the GAPS diet, which stands for Gut and Psychology Syndrome. She created it after working with hundreds of children and adults with neurological and psychiatric conditions such as autism. Lisa?
Those banana pancakes look really good. I think I'm gonna have to try that one. Well, the idea that there may be a link between our brain and what we eat is nothing new. In fact, our next guest believes a change in her autistic son's diet and nutrition turned his life around. Crystal Holman is not only a mother, but executive director of Autism Chapter Eastern Shore, or ACES. Crystal, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you.
So first of all, tell us your story. Tell us about Hayden.
Well, he was born a little after 9/11. He was a 10-pound baby ham. Normal, absolutely normal from the day he was born until about 18 months. At 18 months, he stopped looking at us. He stopped, you couldn't touch him, you couldn't hold him. He stopped speaking, he stopped everything, all communication.
Now this video, I actually did a story on Hayden back when he was 5 years old, and this is obviously after the diagnosis. He's getting his therapy, but he did not communicate at that time.
Right, right. By the time he was 2.5, we got a diagnosis of autism, severe autism with PDD and SID, sensory integration dysfunction and pervasive developmental disorder. Specialists said he would never speak, he would never be human. He used to beat me anything from 15 to 19 times a day because of communication frustration.
Right. So you obviously went through a lot of therapies, made a lot of changes, but one of those changes was his diet.
Yes, I had read immediately, within the first 3 days that we got the diagnosis, I started reading about what could it be, a food allergy, could it be this, could it be that, and we took him off of milk, we took him off of gluten. Gluten is white flour, wheat flour, rye, barley, oats, and we took him off of all sugar. So I'm back to cooking like from the 1800s, and everybody I met said, what do you feed him? But when we took him off the milk and the gluten, within 60 days, he sat still for the first time and was calm and was sweet, and it just changed his personality. Within 6 months, it was such a huge difference. The words started coming. The speech, I was outstanding.
It was amazing,
yes,
yeah.
It was.
And of course, in addition to that, he also had speech therapy and other music therapy, behavioral therapy.
Yes.
So it's not just the food.
No, well, the food was a huge part of healing the insides, and vitamins and nutrition part of that. But the other part is, of course, you know, I did verbal ABA, DIR floor time, and modified behavior. So it was me working with him 10 hours a day, every day of the week.
Right. Now, of course, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
No, it's not.
I mean, it worked for you, thank goodness, but there's a lot of other parents that have tried this.
Yes, there are. And I can't explain why it would work for one family and not for the other. Every child is different and every diagnosis is different.
Yeah. Now, it's amazing, the statistic. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports the prevalence of autism is in 1 in every 88 births, and doctors still don't know causes it.
Right, right. There's still absolutely no rhyme or reason why. However, the only numbers that I can tell you is that since 9/11, there's a 12,906% jump in autism.
Wow.
So is it A, the doctors are more educated regarding the disability, or B, is something going on?
Yeah, they're noticing the diagnosis. I think a
Yes.
lot of education is out there as well.
Right.
Right. Okay, well, one thing we do know for sure, there is help, and that's where ACES comes in. Tell me about that.
Well, it's Autism Chapter Eastern Shore. We give the facts, information, and education to the families. We're here to help them find the resources locally of what do I do when my child is diagnosed with this? Who can help me? It's overwhelming for the parents, and I don't want them to be overwhelmed. I want them to know that there's help through DubPoint, there's help through Developmental Disability Administration, there's help through respite, and respite is where the parent receives money so that they can pay for a babysitter to get a break for their child.
Right, that's important.
So what we do is we have our own show, and it's called Diagnosis Autism, and it's on PAC 14. And the parents can actually log on to www.pac14.org and then scroll down to the right side on the YouTube and scroll down until they see Diagnosis Autism, and then hear all the information so that they don't have to worry about just coming to a support meeting or just coming out and trying to find a babysitter or someone to watch the child. It's just too hard. But we're always there for phone support from 8 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night.
Wonderful. And now, you know, you've been through a lot. You've been going through this a long time. If there's one message to give to parents who maybe just got the diagnosis, what would it be?
Don't give up, and to just, as soon as you put all the pieces together regarding the plan you want to do, the program you want to do, immerse the child in this, don't give up, and there's help. You're not alone. You don't have to be by yourself to do all of this. Reach out to the community. Sometimes they say it takes the entire community to help a child. Well, here I definitely suggest reach out to the community, because we're here and everyone's here to help you help your child.
All right, Crystal, thank you for telling our story, and there is hope, definitely.
There is, and you know, as of now, Hayden's over 10,000 words, and he speaks French, German, Spanish, and a little Chinese.
It's amazing. I cannot believe
It's overwhelming.
It is, I
It
bet.
is. Life
Thank
is
you.
so different. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like more information on where you can turn for help, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. Still to come on Delmarva Life, we still have summer-like temperatures, but that doesn't mean you should not be preparing for winter. What you need to do now to make sure you stay warm and comfy all winter long. But first, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Have you had your mammogram? I know I have. Here's more from Dr. Oz.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Are you confused about mammograms? Government guidelines now recommend screening at age 50 instead of 40, but not everyone agrees. Many experts still strongly recommend women over 40 get a mammogram every year. Bottom line, talk to your doctor to determine what's best for you.